1929. The film industry is turned upside down with the release of The Jazz Singer, the first ever talking picture.
Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet.
The world of moving pictures would never be the same. From that moment on, movies and television were a staple of American culture. After the release of The Jazz Singer, the silver screens became a vibrant mix of blockbusters, trilogies, million-dollar investments, and critically acclaimed best pictures. Today, the motion picture industry continues to bring us billions of unique stories and characters. Our screens are filled with princes, warriors, geniuses, and fathers. Every kind of villain and hero, or good guy and bad guy. But what about the women?
With pride.
For every knight in shining armor, there's probably a damsel in distress. For every James Bond, there's a Bond girl. Sure, there's a lot of women in romantic comedies and maybe a few crime fighters. But movies that accurately and genuinely portray women as more than a sexy body or a girl looking for a boyfriend are few and far between. However, every once in a while there's a movie that gets the women right. A movie that authentically portrays them. You might call these movies feminist films. These movies have real female characters. They empower women instead of objectifying them. And they defy gender roles. A feminist film embodies the goals of the feminist movement, and they break down barriers for women in cinema. But which movies are feminist films? Well, that's what you're going to find out. Here are the 12 most feminist films. Number 12, Clueless. Clueless starts out looking like just another movie with a rich, popular girl. Cher Horowitz is a high school student who loves fashion and shopping. When new girl Ty comes to Cher's school, Cher decides to take Ty under her wing. Today, Clueless is known for being a movie that portrays high school girls authentically. The movie doesn't make the girls act catty or boy crazy. Instead, it shows Cher as a compassionate person that respects other girls and herself. She doesn't feel obligated to have a boyfriend, and she doesn't judge her friends who have had a lot of boyfriends. Cher and her friends appreciate each other and support each other. Cher represents high school girls who are independent and self-assured. She's a third-wave feminist.
Does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
Number 11, Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde stars Reese Witherspoon as sorority queen Elle Woods. At first, Elle seems like a stereotypical rich blonde who just cares about her boyfriend and her looks. But after her boyfriend Warner dumps her because she's not smart enough for him, Elle makes it her mission to go to Harvard Law School.
So you're breaking up with me because I'm too blonde?
Elle makes it to Harvard, but then finds that people don't respect her and see her as a dumb blonde. But Elle never lets people's opinions define her. She fought against everyone's doubts and became the top lawyer in the class. Legally Blonde proves that women are more than their looks. Elle Woods showed us how to support other women, respect yourself, and also stand up against catcalling.
I object.
Number 10, Frozen. By now, everyone knows the plotline to Frozen. And women who grew up watching Disney princesses know that Anna and Elsa are some of the most modern and independent princesses ever. Elsa's a queen that doesn't need a king, and Anna's a girl who isn't afraid to be quirky and original. Frozen features two young princesses who can save the day and learn to embrace themselves. Not only that, but Frozen is the 6th highest grossing film ever, earning well over $1 billion. It's also the first Walt Disney animated movie with a female director. This just goes to show that movies made by women and featuring women can be just as powerful and successful as any other movie. Number 9, Steel Magnolias. Steel Magnolias is the story of a close-knit group of women living in modern-day Louisiana. These women are all different ages, personalities, and backgrounds, but they come together to support the matriarch of the group, Malin, when her daughter Shelby gets sick. Throughout the movie, we see this group of women laugh, cry, and support each other through everything. Steel Magnolias features one of the first and best female ensemble casts in American cinema. A female ensemble cast means that Steel Magnolias was a movie that focused only on female characters. It was one of the first movies to have a strong female cast ensemble. Without Steel Magnolias, we wouldn't have movies we love like Bridesmaids, Pitch Perfect, or Mean Girls.
Maybe you should think about coming down to the guidance center and talking to someone with their help.
I'm not crazy, Malin. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years.
Number 8, Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is sometimes known for being old-fashioned and maybe a little bit sexist.
Although you need kissing badly. That's what's wrong with you. You should be kissed and often, and by someone who knows how.
Most women don't know that without Gone with the Wind, we wouldn't have most of the female-driven movies we have today. Gone with the Wind is one of the earliest movies with a strong female protagonist. Scarlett O'Hara is a woman that can persevere through heartbreak, famine, and sexism in the 19th century. The movie also made cinematic history when Hattie McDaniels became the first African American to win an Oscar.
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I feel. And may I say thank you, and God bless you.
Number 7. The Silence of the Lambs. Clarice Starling is an FBI officer tasked with uncovering a deadly serial killer by getting information from a convicted cannibal. But that isn't even her worst problem. Agent Starling works in the FBI as one of the only female agents. During the movie, we can clearly see Clarice being discriminated against in her workplace because of her gender. Whether it's men trying to protect her at a crime scene or a man harassing her while on the job, Clarice experiences both blatant and subtle sexism. Agent Starling proves she is more than capable of her job when she befriends Hannibal Lecter, and she proves she's stronger than most men by single-handedly taking down a serial killer. The Silence of the Lambs exposes what sexism in the workplace can feel like, and it shows that women are strong enough to do anything they put their minds to. Number 6. The Color Purple. The Color Purple is an extraordinary movie that tells the story of Celie Johnson. As a young African-American woman, Celie spends the first 30 years of her life physically and emotionally abused by both her father and husband. Celie is taught to be passive and accepting of abuse, and soon begins to settle for the life of abuse. Soon, Celie meets two strong-minded women named Sophia and Shug. With the help of Sophia and Shug, Celie learns to smile, be confident, and even stand up to her husband.
I promise you, until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
The Color Purple allows you to understand and care for women in an abusive relationship. This movie is a heartwarming story of three women who stand up together and won't let men, the color of their skin, or their gender define them. The Color Purple is a rare example of a movie that represents African American women and black feminism in a genuine way. Number 5. The Hunger Games. This was a movie that started it all. The release of The Hunger Games was the beginning of the teen dystopian movie trend. More importantly, Katniss Everdeen was the catalyst that opened the doors for movies featuring strong female heroines. Katniss proved young women could be strong and even dangerous.
Thank you.
Not only that, but The Hunger Games also proved that movies with female protagonists could sell. It became the third highest opening box office at the time. The Hunger Games series went on to make almost 3 equally successful and empowering movies as the original. Number 4. Erin Brockovich. Erin Brockovich tells the true story of a strong-willed single mother of 3 struggling to make ends meet. After Erin demands a job at a California law firm, she soon takes on cases of families who have become poisoned by a company's polluted water supply. Through the entire legal process, Erin fights tirelessly for the families affected by the pollution.
Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot, okay? I may not have a law degree, but I've spent 18 months on this case, and I know more about these plaintiffs than you ever will.
She struggles to balance life as a mother and a businesswoman, but never forgets to speak for the community of people she is representing, and she never takes no for an answer.
All I've ever done is bend my life around what men decide they need. Well, not now. I'm sorry. I won't do it.
Erin wins her case with a $300 million lawsuit against the company that poisoned the residents. This just goes to show that women can raise a family and succeed in their career all by themselves.
Wow!
Number 3. Brave. Brave is the result of the developing realization that little girls want more than a princess with a fairy tale ending. Before Pixar's Brave, Disney had released movies with increasingly independent princesses, like Rapunzel in Tangled or Tiana in Princess and the Frog. However, Brave features the first genuinely independent and authentic princess.
I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dunbrog, And I'll be shooting for my own hand.
Brave made movie history by becoming the first Pixar movie with a female protagonist. Surprisingly, Brave is also the first Disney princess not to have a romantic interest. And it is one of less than 5 Disney movies with a female character that isn't an animal or fairy tale character. With that many milestones in one movie, we can only hope that Disney keeps making more feminist films. Number 2, A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own follows a group of women who were recruited to play baseball during World War II. Just like women who were asked to work in factories, these women are there to fill the spots of men while they fight the war. Soon, Dottie, her sister Kit, and the rest of the team become the Rosie the Rivers of sports. While working to become the champions of baseball, they also fight sexism and smash the low expectations the men had for them. The ladies of the baseball team play tirelessly, even with short skirts and gender roles placed upon them. One thing that is amazing about A League of Their Own is that the women really love each other as teammates and sisters. They don't care how masculine or feminine their teammates are, and they don't mind if one of their teammates wants to raise a family instead of play baseball. Together, these women fought prejudices and sexism in the 1940s, and they brought equality for women's sports.
Come on!
Hey, who's the goddamn manager here? I am!
Act like it, you big lush. You tell him, Dottie. About times.
Number 1, Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise is the quintessential feminist movie. This movie was produced as a result of the third wave of feminism that started in the 90s. It represented women in a way that had never been shown before, and maybe hasn't been shown since. Thelma and Louise are 2 best friends living in a small town in Arkansas. Thelma, played by feminist powerhouse Gina Davis, is a girl with a deadbeat husband, while her friend Louise waits tables at the local restaurant. One weekend they decide to leave their boring lives and husbands and embark on an epic road trip of crime and action. Together they escape the police, stand up to men, and find freedom.
You say you're sorry, or I'm gonna make you fucking sorry.
Thelma and Louise shows the empowerment of these 2 women on screen and empowers the audience along the way. Movies have a way of inspiring people, uplifting them. They can break your heart or make you cry with laughter. Women may not be represented equally, but they've given us some of the most beautiful cinematic moments imaginable.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out, more than any man here. And for that I will be clean.
Let's play a game.
A game?
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Hermione, no! It's not worth it. After all, tomorrow is another day.
I'm a hitch, I'm what no one believes, I'm bewitched.
Dracarys.
As if I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I know exactly where I'm going. Do you? Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape, holiday.
You know what I'm realizing? My life is just gonna go like that.
Please don't lie to me this way. Nothing you've done nothing for me.
I am. The picture has got more.
Don't underestimate me.
There are dreams that cannot be.
Don't. Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You're gonna love me.
Think I'm in love with you?
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint? Shine, shine.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation and this moron is giving me everything.
It's the raddest witch in town.
You have courage. A woman's kind of courage.
We're not in Kansas anymore. I wish to enter my vault.
Not very long, well then that's just how it is.
You know how to whistle, you just put your lips together and blow.
Snap out of it!
You guys think they're a concept, or I complete them, or I'm gonna make them alive.
A lot of work to see.
No, ma'am. What you about to? Because you just did.
La-di-da, la-di-da.
Chronologically, you're 16 today. Physically, you're still 15.
Come, me, tasty. You almost let Miss be running.
I guess in this society, being male and an asshole makes you worthy of our time.
Tell me about it, stud.
You be scared of anybody, any place, who will not stand up for world peace now.
You had me at hello.
They will know what we can do.
Hey, Watson. For what time's sake?
You see? That is just like you, Harry.
Listen to me.
I'd have to be pretty stupid to write a book about killing and then kill somebody the way I described it in my book. I'd be announcing myself as the killer.
Yes, life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death. Now, come on, Agnes.
Hey, Boo.
Do you have any place to stay tonight? Don't you dare lie to me.
Okay.
Very Academy of Dramatic Art. That bitter cynicism of yours is something you've acquired since you left the rest of it. That cynicism you refer to, I acquired the day I discovered I was different from little boys.
Some of our greatest memories come from movies and characters we've seen on screen. If movies can affect us so deeply, then there's no reason why they can't bring about social change. Real women on screen will inspire strong women off screen.